Okay, so in this video I set out to make the most simple way of backing up an image, so that could be an operating system on an SD card, a USB stick or an SSD drive, and then shrinking that image so you can save it somewhere, and then being able to restore it whenever you want. So what it means, and this is my custom version of Raspberry Pi OS. I mean, it's only customizing. I've changed the background and I've installed some programs that I want to use on it. I've overclocked, I've logged into the Wi-Fi, and so rather than have to do that every time I want to start again, I want to be able to restore very simply to an SD card, SSD or USB stick, and be up and running straight away. And my previous video worked really well on that. I used gnome-disk-utility because loads of people use that, and I've used it before, and I was really happy with it. I was happy that I did it all on Raspberry Pi 4, but it did mean that you had to use Windows 10 on Raspberry Pi 4, which isn't the easiest to install. I've got a guide on how to install it, but I wanted to do everything in Raspberry Pi OS, so I asked the question, and the commenters came up with brilliant solutions. And what I've done is gone through all the solutions and thought about which ones I think work best for me, but also the ones that are the most simple. So let's close this down. Now you may have some of these programs already installed, but I'll go through it step by step so we know that we've got everything. One that doesn't come with Raspberry Pi OS is gnome-disk-utility, and so if I do sudo apt install gnome-disk-utility and hit enter, now I've already got it installed, so it's showing up as already installed. Also you need Gparted, so I can go back to that, sudo apt install Gparted, and I've already got that installed as well. Now you could also install Raspberry Pi Imager. To install Raspberry Pi Imager, go to add remove software and just type in Imager, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can see at the top there, Raspberry Pi Imager. I've already got this installed, so you would click on that, click apply, and it would install. Next one you need is Piapps. So if we do a search for Piapps and go to this GitHub here, very easy to install. We do use a bit of terminal here, but you're just copying and pasting. So copy that and go to terminal and paste it in. Hit return. So it already exists because I've already done this. And then the second bit is to do Piapps install and paste that in. There you go, and installation complete. So now we've got Piapps on there, we can click on Piapps and execute. And we need to find something called PyPowerTools. There you go, PyPowerTools. This is a great suggestion, and actually wasn't working for me. And I tried this in the past, but I couldn't get it to work. And I'll show you what I was doing wrong. So we can close that down. Okay, so let's go into accessories and disks. So this is GNOME disks, and you can see here the only disk that's showing up is my operating system, which is a 32 gig SSD. Now if I click on these three bars, I can create a disk image, and that will just back up the operating system that's already on the SSD drive. But I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do it from a separate SD card. So let's plug in my SD card. Because I'm using an SSD, my SD card slot is free. If you didn't have an SD card slot free, you just use an SD card adapter or any other medium. So this works, as I said before, from a USB stick, from an SSD drive, from an SD card, doesn't matter. So you can see my SD card has shown up now. This is an 8 gig SD card. You can use any size as long as you've got enough storage to store this backup on your operating system. So click on that, click on the three bars and do create disk image. So I'm going to leave it as it is with that long file name because I wanted to show you one of the reasons that it was going wrong for me. So hit start creating, pop your password in, and you can see there it's only going to be a couple of minutes to store that whole image onto the desktop. Okay, so the reason I chose GNOME Disk was definitely about simplicity. You could see that when I plugged that SD card in, it very simply showed up on the left hand side. I can click on it, I can see all the partitions, I can see all the sizes, but I just click on that three-line menu on the top there and it was straightforward. Okay, so that's finished, nice and straightforward, so I can close that down now. So the image is now on my desktop. If I right click it, you can see that it's 7.2 gig. Now, the way most of these systems work is they mimic the size of the original storage. So if you were backing up an operating system on a 64 gig SD card, you're going to need 64 gig of space. So that's the reason I've used a smaller 8 gig card. But to make it even better to store and store it on my NAS drive so I can restore it at any time, I'm going to shrink it. And to shrink it, I need PyPower and if I do execute on that, okay, so you can see from the interface, nice and straightforward. So if I click on image mode and I drag this image in, and I'll show you where I was going wrong, because on the GitHub there were loads of suggestions and settings and I couldn't get them to show up. So if I hit next now, it goes back, and it shouldn't go back. But the reason it is because this file name is too long. So if I rename this disk image, so let's just call it RPIOS, nice and short. We can always put it in a folder if we want the folder to be more descriptive about the image, but PyTools doesn't like a long file name, and I'll show you what happens with a shorter file name. So if I hit next now, I get a load of options, and I just couldn't find these before, and it's because I was backing up images. I would often rename it myself, and it just wouldn't show up. But as you can see, as long as you use a small file name, it will show up. And then we just need shrink. So let's click on that. So remember, it's 7.2 gig at the moment. And you can see that it's shrinking. Doesn't take very long. Okay, and now that's disappeared. That's all done. So if I right click on this image, you can see that it's gone from 7.2 gig to 3.6. Now there's two ways that I can flash this image. Well, actually there's loads of ways I can flash this image. My favourite way of flashing an image would definitely be Raspberry Pi Imager. So choose OS, go down to custom. I need to go to my desktop because that's where my image is. Obviously you'd navigate to wherever your image is. Click on it and hit open. So let's write this image to another SD card. I've got an SD card in a USB reader, and it's a 16 gig one, so let's pop that in. Wait a few seconds and then choose SD card. You can see that two cards are coming up. This is the original one that I backed up the image from, 7.8 gig, and the 16 gig is the one I've got in an SD card reader. So you can see I've got two options to write it to now, but I want to write it to this one. It doesn't show the OS as an option, so I'm running the OS from an SSD drive, and I like the way Imager does that, so you can't get it wrong. So let's click on the SD card reader and let's hit write and hit yes and pop your password in. And this takes a little bit longer, but not a long time. Remember, because the image is shrunk, it's going to save a bit of time on that as well. Okay, so you can see that's all written to the card. Let's click OK. Let's close that down. So let's shut this down, and I'm going to reboot from the SD card just to prove that it's working. There you go. So that's booted up from the 16 gig SD card. So it's been restored to that card, and everything is all up and running. Now, if I go into System Tools and Gparted, I can see if the image is using all of the space on the SD card. So here's Gparted. Okay, so the only card I've got in my Pi 4 at the moment is this one, and as you can see, it's using a very tight amount of space. So if I started to install things onto it, things would actually go wrong. So I need to right click on this yellow box and resize, and then I need to drag this pointer all the way over to the right. So some images that you install to whatever you're installing it to, SSD, USB stick, M.2 drive, whatever, they may only use a small amount of space, and so this is a very important thing to do. Okay, so I hit resize, and then I hit the tick and apply. And so this is expanding the partition to use all the available space on the SD card. This works exactly the same for USB sticks, SSD drives, M.2 drives. It's always the same process. Not all operating systems use it, so some operating systems you'll put them onto an SD card and they'll use the available space. There you go, so that's all complete. So let's hit close on that. Let's close that down, and just to show you, if I click on a folder, so it shows up my SD card as 14.3 gig, and it says I've got 10.6 gigabytes of usable space. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.